twice the ears. The Stoic power of listening over speaking. Epictetus said, "Nature hath given men one tongue, but 2 ears, that we may hear from others twice as much as we speak." The forgotten virtue of listening. We live in an age of talking, of posting, of reacting, of proving. Everyone has something to say, but very few have the discipline to truly listen. Epictetus reminds us with clarity and simplicity, we were built for listening. Not just metaphorically, biologically, 2 ears, 1 tongue. The wise use this ratio to navigate the world. They listen to understand, not just to reply. They observe before they speak. They absorb before they react. In this long-form reflection, we explore how listening, quiet, intentional, humble listening, is not weakness, but power. In a noisy world, it may be the most radical act of strength we have left. Let us rediscover the ancient art of listening, to others, to the world, and to ourselves. Chapter 1. A culture obsessed with being heard. Social media rewards noise. Interruptions win debates. Virality often comes from outrage, not insight. We've built a world where talking louder is confused with speaking wiser. But Epictetus saw this thousands of years ago. When everyone talks and no one listens, wisdom dies, ego thrives, division deepens. The Stoic doesn't fear silence, he seeks it. Because in the stillness, truth speaks. Chapter 2. Listening as a discipline. Listening is not passive, it is an active spiritual exercise. It demands patience, humility, focus, self-restraint. To truly listen, we must hold back our desire to prove, correct, or impress. The Stoic listens not to gather ammunition, but to gather perspective. He knows that every person he meets knows something he doesn't, and to miss it is to miss life itself. Chapter 3. Why 2 ears matter more than 1 tongue. Nature teaches design. 2 ears, 1 tongue. This is not coincidence. It's a code. Listen twice as much as you speak. The unwise rush to speak. The wise wait to hear. They use speech sparingly, like a sword, not to slash, but to clarify. In a world addicted to output, the Stoic finds power in input. Chapter 4. Listening is a form of love. To listen is to honor. When you truly listen to someone, you're saying, "You matter. I'm not the center of the universe. Your experience is valid, even if different from mine." Most people don't need advice. They need to feel heard. And the Stoic, in restraining the impulse to fix, instead offers presence. Chapter 5. The wisdom hidden in others. You cannot become wise alone. Books help. Solitude helps. But people, flawed, unpredictable, diverse, are mirrors. Listening allows us to learn from stories we didn't live, borrow pain we didn't endure, prevent mistakes we haven't made. The world is speaking. Not always through philosophers, but through everyday voices, if we're present enough to hear them. Chapter 6. Listening as inner practice. The Stoic doesn't just listen outward, he listens inward. He notices the tug of ego, the rise of defensiveness, the itch to interrupt. Listening teaches awareness. To others? Yes, but also to our own unconscious programming. Before you can truly hear others, you must learn to hear yourself. Chapter 7. How listening builds leadership. The best leaders aren't the best talkers. They're the best listeners. They see before others see, know what others need before it's spoken, earn trust not with charisma, but with attention. The Stoic leader speaks with weight because he has listened with intention. He doesn't lead by volume, but by value. Chapter 8. The power of pausing before you speak. You can always speak later, but you can never unspeak something foolish. Listening creates space. Space creates wisdom. The Stoic trains the gap between stimulus and response, between question and reaction, between trigger and choice. In that gap, we find maturity, mercy, mastery. Chapter 9. How speaking less protects your integrity. The more you speak, the more chances you have to lie, to exaggerate, to overpromise, to offend. But the one who speaks rarely, and with care, speaks powerfully. Epictetus would say, if it doesn't improve silence, Don't say it. Your word should be a sacred act, not a default noise. Chapter 10. Becoming the listener the world needs. The world doesn't need more talkers. It needs better listeners. You don't have to have all the answers. But you do have to be present. To listen is to love, to understand, to rise above ego. And when you finally speak, may it be from stillness, not from noise. Let your ears gather twice the wisdom your mouth gives. Then you will speak with the force of 10, and the soul of one who truly understands. That is the Stoic way.